Okay, now when it comes to brain structure, this is the part that a lot of students struggle with or get bored with, but you need to know about the roles of the different parts of the brain. Okay, so I recommend with this, try to watch some YouTube videos to consolidate, just try to make it make sense. Do a map of a brain where you annotate and highlight the different parts, and all of that will really help to put it all together. So the brain is split into three main areas to help make it easier. And this is the hindbrain here, the midbrain, small tiny area here, and the forebrain, this whole important part. The hindbrain itself, despite appearing quite large in size, it just contains the cerebellum and the medulla, the two structures that you need to know about. The cerebellum is located at the base of the brain, so it goes all the way to the bottom of the brain. It contains 80% of the brain's neurons, a huge number. It's responsible for fine muscle movement and activities that require a skilled and precise set of movements, such as touch typing. So you need to remember the functions and locations of the different parts of the brain in VCE Psych Units 1 and 2. Okay? And it will come up at times in year 12. So set a good basis for yourself and try to really learn this. So cerebellum, fine, delicate, coordinated movements that require a large level of detail. So it's giving an example of touch typing, typing something. And then the medulla, also located in the hindbrain, is the lowest part of the brainstem and connects the spinal cord to the brain. So the cerebellum is this, okay? And the medulla is this. It's part of the brainstem and it connects the spinal cord, which is everything below here to the brain. The medulla's function is controlling important functions of the body, such as breathing, swallowing, and salivating. These are all of our automatic functions. Therefore, if the medulla is damaged, we may die simply due to not breathing or losing the swallowing reflex and choking and aspirating, not being able to salivate, etc. So medulla is very, very important. Next, we also have the midbrain and the forebrain. So the midbrain is involved with movement, sleep, and the processing of a lot of our sensory information. Going back to the midbrain, remembering that it's right here in blue tiny. So the reticular formation is located here, and this is the one that you need to know. It is a large network of neurons that runs through the midbrain structure and even through some of the hindbrain. It has a lot of roles, but mainly those relating to those things like sleep. It helps us to maintain consciousness and also to screen the sensory information that is incoming so that the brain doesn't overload. It's also called the RAS, and it extends in all different directions from the reticular formation, and it helps to control arousal. So RAS is involved in maintaining our consciousness, keeping us awake, versus sending us to sleep, and catching incoming sensory information. And that will involve even those things like body position. So that's how it can be involved with movement. Basically, reticular formation has that teamwork with the cerebellum as well that is involved in those fine, delicate movements. Last, we have the forebrain. This is the large part of the brain where you have many more structures you need to know about. This is that whole left and right hemisphere, it has a lot more crucial structures. So it is responsible for processes such as thinking, memory, learning, includes the cerebrum, hypothalamus, and thalamus. So first we'll start with the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus helps to regulate the release of hormones from different glands around the body. It also plays a key role in maintaining the body's internal functioning, such as by maintaining a constant body temperature. So a bit like the medulla, it's one of those things that really keeps us alive with a lot of functions we don't actually control. So releasing hormones that keep our body going, and other internal functions such as maintaining a consistent body temperature.